Welcome back to the Bit of Truth for a Tuesday. We're going to call this one Transformer Tuesday, as we got lots of stories today about people that identify differently from the straight white male. So put your seatbelt on, buckle up, and let's go for a ride and see what we got for you today. Let's go. Now first up, I told you this was getting out of hand. I told you that this is completely sick and parents are starting to get fed up with this. I said that we need to leave kids alone and just let them be kids. A man has now removed his 9-year-old daughter from school because he's horrified of what she's being taught. What was she being taught, you wonder? Yes, you've guessed it. This creepy curriculum of sex, which now involves showing kids who haven't even reached double-digit age yet, are videos such as boys getting erections, having wet dreams, and ejaculating. This is after it came about of these secretive plans to show them how to masturbate, about anal sex and orgasms. They're 9 years old. This is vile, this is sick. Not only should the person or persons who created this and gave it the go-ahead should be locked up, so should every teacher that refuses to stand up and say no, they're not teaching this. No kids need to know about this at their age.
Oh, you're probably right, as usual.
It is only going to confuse them. And here's the proof. Look at these next few stories. A detransitioner, you mean the boy that thought he was a girl but then realised he was actually a boy, bitterly regrets having his testicles removed after struggling with being gay. So this kid who was put on puberty blockers aged 13 and had his balls castrated aged 19 now suffers severe spinal pain due to this. How are we letting kids who are not even old enough to have sex let them change their sex? This is ridiculous. This should be made a crime and people should be severely punished.
Again, a good point.
Here's another one. A Texas woman is now seeking £1 million in damages from doctors who put her on testosterone at age 16 and botched her trans op, saying that they should have treated her depression instead. No wonder hitting the self-delete button is so prevalent in this community. How the hell can we allow kids to transition? How do they know that they're born in the wrong bodies when they've barely just left their nappies and haven't even experienced the sex that they were born with yet? I've said it once, I've said it again. The people that condone, allow and even promote this need to be locked up quick.
I totally agree.
In more gay news, Malaysia bans the band 1975 and cancels the entire 3-day music festival after Matt Healy kisses one of his bandmates on stage in a protest of their anti-LGBTQ laws. He did the same thing back in the UAE in 2019. Look, love, if you're that bothered about them having these laws in their countries, don't accept the gig. What gives you the right to go into another country, another culture, and dictate to them how they should live their lives? They don't care about your display of self-identity politics. You are there to be put in front of a microphone, so do your job and shut up.
That's right.
Here's another one. I was beaten up by Turkish police and put in jail for 20 days because I looked gay. Well, look, mate, regardless of whether you do look gay, even though you do look a little bit light on your feet, you actually admit that you are gay, and you just coincidentally happen to be right next to an unsanctioned pride event that was going on at the exact same time. Again, keep the politics to the place where you live. And if you don't like the laws that are happening in certain countries, don't go there. There are places I don't agree with the laws or like what they do, so I don't go. And the same goes for anyone that comes to the UK. If you don't like the way we do things, don't come. It's very simple.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct.
Instead of taking your sexual identity politics abroad, why don't you stand for your rights here? Like this for an example. An estate agent has now been jailed for a vicious attack on 2 men holding hands here in the UK. Yes, this complete and utter scumbag who drives a very expensive white Rolls Royce thinks he can bottle people in the face for just being themselves. Where are your protests outside of his business? Why aren't you trying to get him shut down? Why are you not trying to expose this man instead of wasting your time in places where you have no business to tell him what they should do?
Ooh, that's a bingo.
I mean, you can't really rely on the police to stop crimes. They can't even stop kids. Teens egg police, halt trams, and force shopkeepers to barricade themselves inside as end of school year celebrations turn to a mini riot. It wasn't a mini riot, it was huge. Yes, that's right. Following on from the same scenes that happened last January, where over 100 kids attacked police officers, they're now back at it again. This is a growing trend. These kids lack guidance, morals, or any kind of discipline.
Nailed it!
There was complete and utter lack of respect and contempt for the police, and to be honest, it's no wonder when you see articles like this. An ex-GMP cop has been banned from policing after admitting repeated domestic abuse against their partner. We cover stories about the police all the time. It's just another example of a pleasant police person showing their true colours. Yep. But I mean, what can you expect? The talent pool isn't that great to hire from these days. It's very hard to hire people that aren't lazy or entitled. Take this 20-year-old chef as an example, where she was fired for checking her phone for 4 hours during a shift and tried to blame it on their boss by saying that they're wrong for not telling her to do more work. You are the epitome of this lazy tic-tac generation of youth, and it's scary to think that you guys are going to start breeding soon. God help us.
We are screwed.
And here's another woman that was sacked. This woman was fired from her job amid suspicion that she faked her kidnapping. Yes, that's right. The woman claimed that she was kidnapped after Googling Taken, as in the movie. And police, after their investigation, told us that there's no evidence that she was. And she expects to waltz right back into her job like nothing's happened and there's nothing to see here. Thank God there's still some decent employers with a backbone in this world. Your P45 is in the post, my love. See ya.
You're fired.
And then speaking of more entitled youth, that annoying weird woman who calls herself Vegan Booty, despite having no arse even when arching her back, is back in the news again. Yes, this malnourished loser who still hasn't finished the rest of her hair dye job was slammed by Piers Morgan for trying to compare the Nazi Holocaust to meat eaters. Finally, Piers, we agree on something here. You get 1 point of respect back from me. Anyway, good luck with your show, uncensored, despite it being completely censored. I bet that you can't call someone a low-life twat like I can. And speaking of lowlifes, we've got Hunter Biden back in for another appearance today. It's not him actually doing drugs today, but his lawyer. Oh yes, his lawyer was pictured smoking a bong in his LA apartment balcony during a visit from Hunter himself. You couldn't write this. Everyone is in on it, I'm telling you.
Smoke weed every day.
And finally today, just to leave you with some more people that lack even the most basic of common sense, even though that we know that common sense isn't very common at all. But here we go again. We've got idiot hikers that keep trying to climb the UK's highest mountain in nothing but sandals and flip-flops. I say just leave them to it. It's Darwinism at its finest. I am a great believer in leaving life to natural selection. We need far less idiots on this planet.
You know something? You're right.
Right, that's it for a terrible Transformer Tuesday. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what your thoughts were down below. If you're not already subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you back tomorrow for a Weird Wednesday. Signing out.